About the bigger sizes. Now, obviously, that's a major commercial hook. Is it in residential as well?
It is. It's moving that direction, and particularly long linear shapes because they're very aesthetically pleasing on the eye. And I think what you're seeing is the introduction of 36-inch and even 48-inch long products, but thinner. So more of a plank than even a rectangle. That is having a lot of appeal residentially. You're right, the large rectangles and the large squares are still predominantly in the very large paving spaces in commercial applications.
Where do you see, and a lot of our listeners are floor covering retailers, listeners and viewers. Depending on the geography, an awful lot of people have been in ceramic tile for an awfully long time. There's an awful lot of other ones who probably haven't done a major job in it. Do you see a greater move in that direction?
It's been trending that direction now for quite some time. And so I think that as ceramic tile continues to become more popular with the consumer, it's just natural that retailers will continue to embrace it and move forward with it.
But it does seem like a natural, and I'm looking at the product behind you, which isn't fair for me to say when nobody can see it, but it's very dramatic, and as a consumer, I wouldn't necessarily even associate that with ceramic. I guess introducing what the new ceramic is to a consumer is an uphill battle, it would seem.
Well, it is, and it's a constant battle. Is how do you educate the consumer? How do you get it out in front of the consumer? But that's where the retailer really is important. They are where the consumer is going to go find the product. And so we've created this stable of brands and a service model behind them that hopefully retailers will embrace, and they will, from Mohawk to Dal-Tile to American Only to Marazzi and to Ranyo, you have a complete showroom. And if we can get them out there and we can really get these products seen by the consumer, then Katie bar the door, because they're going to really embrace it.
You know, you were talking earlier about Mohawk's approach, letting people that know the business run the business. I can remember when Dal-Tile was first acquired, I think there was a lot of skepticism around the market, and that obviously no longer hadn't lasted for 2 years after that. It's been an amazing transition, I guess, having this being under the Mohawk umbrella.
Being acquired by Mohawk was really the catalyst for the growth that Dal-Tile experienced in the decade of the 2000s. With the tremendous tailwind behind us with what happened to the economy with our housing growth and really eventually now what we've all seen has been a housing bubble. But our ability to grow and add the capacity and the capability and the technology is really because Mohawk provided the capital necessary to do that. And that's really why today we are really the worldwide leader. We were always the United States leader. Now we're really a worldwide leader. And that's directly attributable to having been acquired by Mohawk.
And also, I think Mohawk's view towards innovation and towards new, obviously that's meant a whole lot.
There's no doubt that you cannot have a conversation with our CEO, who you know well, and not talk about innovation. And so it's always about what's the next new thing that is important for our industry. And that's across all of the businesses at Mohawk. Soft, hard, it doesn't matter. It's about innovating. And really bringing the next great products to market. And not just innovating a product either, although that's what we're talking about here. It's really process and service innovation as well to drive value to that consumer.
Let me switch and ask you about this show. This is the ceramic tile show in North America. Talk about the importance of it.
This is really a good gauge as to how the industry is doing in the United States. And I think what you can see here is it's very healthy. This show is sold out. There is no more space. That's two things. One, I think everybody sees what you were just alluding to earlier, and that is that the U.S. is not only on the cusp of really growing economically, our product category is on the cusp of breaking out and growing dramatically. And so people feel they need to have a foothold here. For sure. So the state of the ceramic industry in the U.S. is very good.
What sort of growth do you expect to see in ceramic going forward?
Well, I mean, going forward, it depends on your horizon, but this year maybe 5 to 7% volume increase. Pricing, I'm not sure what will happen with pricing and mix yet exactly, but let's just say it's relatively similar to the volume. And then I would think that as the building market continues to come back and accelerate, we could see 8 9% type compounded growth over the next several years, barring a major change to the economic environment.
Maybe we could get somebody here to show us, or maybe you would like to show us some of the new that you're showing to your customers.
Sure,
here.
I'd be happy to show you. I'd be happy to show you this one right here. Yeah. Well, David, this is the product that you referred to earlier when we were standing just over here. This is Ranyo's new Rainwood product, and this speaks to everything that we just talked about innovation and what ceramic tile has become versus what it was many years ago. This is actually a 9 by 36 inch product, again, a unique shape, relatively unique to the U.S. market and relatively new. We're standing on a 6 by 36 inch plank as well in a different color of the similar product. So you can see that it's not just about visuals, but it's about shapes and sizes. Additionally, if you were to come over and touch this product has a very rich texture. So it's tactile and pleasant to the touch. It is exactly what you would expect if you were rubbing your hand on a reclaimed piece of wood, or you were in the countryside and you were out at your aunt's barn and you went to rub that wood. There it is. Okay, and so obviously the value to that is here we have this beautiful reclaimed wood, and it's going to last for the life of the home. Where obviously you would have other issues if you actually put reclaimed wood down on the floor, a lot of maintenance, etc., and problems with just wear and tear. None of those things exist with ceramic. So to your point, we're creating visuals now that are unique, innovative, and impossible to ascertain from the original.